Hey everybody, Hunter Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and Country Cook. Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with Pretty Miss Sheila. I'm just kind of doing a setup for what happened last night. I was running around the kitchen in my pajamas, and I was going to cook some chicken quarters that I bought on sale, and I thought, I'm going to go ahead and videotape it. So I did. But I kind of wanted to set it up and tell you that I'm getting ready to do that last night. Does that make any sense? Does it make any sense, Sheila? Anyway, here's what happened. This is seasoned chicken leg quarters from Kroger's, $11.09, but if you buy it at their, if you have your card, it's only 99 cents a pound, save $7.42, $3.67. That's not even $1 a piece. And I've got my handy dandy little NuWave oven here, and the neat part about this NuWave oven is if you buy the double racks, the bottom rack is slightly smaller than the big one. I always put a little aluminum foil on the bottom for easy cleanup. And I just lay these babies in here so that they kind of face each other with a little bit of airspace so that convection, induction, whatever that stuff is, can blow around there. Put the second one on top of it, and same thing. Man, oh man, you talk about some good eating for $3.67. Even with tax, they don't have tax on food and clothing in Minnesota, but we do have tax on food down here in Tennessee. But 4 of those quarters in there run about $1 a piece. And this is my older NuWave oven. I got my new one in the kitchen in there for shooting for TV stuff, but this is the old beast that I use here. And I usually just kind of guesstimate. I don't look for no cookbooks. Cook time, let's say 20 minutes. I'll put 20 minutes on this. Start. I don't know if you can hear the fan just kicked up in there, but it's blowing around. It'll get up to about 350 degrees in there, and we'll turn the camera back on a little bit and show you how this is doing after 20. And I'll probably flip these, and I may even revolve them top to bottom. But instead of freezing and then thawing back out chicken thighs sometimes when I buy drumsticks and thighs quarters, I just like to cook them up and then throw them in the refrigerator, and they'll last another 2 or 3 days in the fridge, and they usually get ate up. And what doesn't get ate up, we cut off there and chop it up and throw it in the tub with some chicken broth and make a little chicken soup. Throw in some celery and onions and mushrooms and peppers and a little bit of tomato paste and make something pretty yummy. But we just gave that 20 minutes. We just threw them in there. It's not really a recipe. I just thought maybe it might spur something and go, you know what, I got one of those NuWave ovens. I'm gonna run down and grab me some chicken quarters. Even if you ain't got them seasoned up, you can throw your own seasoning on there and then turn them so that they kind of face each other, and they'll both fit in there. All 4 of them will fit in there easy with that double rack and still have airspace. So we'll see what happens here in about, well, 19 more minutes. I guess I've been yakking, so I'll see him just a little bit. And let me turn the camera slightly this way so you can see him down in there. And I'm going to lower the camera and get a better shot once we get closer to timeout. So see you in just a little bit. Okay, this thing went ping here a little bit ago, so it's probably not as hot as it should be in there. We'll move that over. That looks pretty nice. And to split this around, I'm going to take this top rack. By the way, I love these mitts. In fact, I got another pair of them around here somewhere that are just like these. Anyway, I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to turn these bottom guys. In fact, I'm going to lay this over here, and I'm going to take the top one and put it down here, and put this one up here so that the ones that got the most heat, I'll lay this over here for a second. Take this top one, which really looks nice, but I'm going to go ahead and turn him over. Give it another 20 minutes on the other side, and I'll put this up on top of this other rack here. These NuWave ovens, they just make chicken so moist. I love to put a whole chicken in there. You may have, let me check this wire and see if it's hot enough that I can. No, it's not going to let me grab a hold of it. I'm going to have to put the mitts back on. I thought maybe it'd cool off sitting over there, but it isn't. Alright. And this has already got seasoning on it, so we're pretty good to go. We'll set this over here. And like I said, this is my old one. In fact, I think it's got a crack in this plastic somewhere. but I don't care. Cook 20 minutes, start. And we'll be back in another 20 to see what kind of progress we got. And these should be pretty good, and we'll cut one open for you and take a look inside. When you cook chicken in these NuWave ovens, man, it's just so tender, and it doesn't heat up the kitchen because you don't feel any heat anywhere. But boy, this sucker's hot. It's hot in that dome. But they don't pull a lot of power. You don't have to heat up your whole oven to bake chicken. And it is so delicious and moist that you won't believe it. We'll check it out in 20 minutes. We'll see what happens. That might be a little too long for them, but I like to cook it to make sure it gets all the way done. And we'll see you in a little bit. It just kicked off another 20 minutes on the back side of these chicken quarters. Boy, look at that. Once that bird kind of gets hot like that, and I should almost not even stick a, look at the juice dripping out of there. Man, oh man, I should almost not even stick a fork in there, just let it rest for a while. But I want to show you. I'll move this over here, and let me, just to make sure, and it's just me running around here, so I'm gonna zoom in on this bird for you, and then I'm gonna see if I can't focus that up a little bit. And so if I'm focusing for you, I'm trying to get you a sharp picture. That looks pretty good right there. I hope I'm good to go. Let me snag a little steak knife, and let's see how this NuWave oven did this. Look at that skin, just slides right off of it. It's just so done. All the way through, and just like the TV commercials. Let me see if I can get out of my own light here. Look at the juice run out of that chicken thigh. Man, is that absolutely fantastic or what? Let me cut another side over here and check it for doneness. Make sure, see? And looky there, these pieces are cooked all the way through, 20 minutes aside, and the meat is just, I mean, fall off the bone delicious. Well, that's the end of that chicken footage from last night, because the next shot I did was out of focus. We had a couple of those chicken quarters last night, and I had a couple left. And I didn't vacuum seal them last night because I wanted to show you this morning. And let me show you one other thing. If you're using these vac machines, and mine's an older model, so it doesn't even have a dome lid, they got plenty of room in them. I get a lot of comments about, well, you don't have much room to vacuum pack stuff. You know, I'm not going to vacuum pack my right leg. I'm going to do steaks and chicken and stuff. And if you take this out, you can vacuum pack even thicker stuff. Or even thicker stuff. The only reason these plates are in here, look at this. You can put a whole bag of chili, lay it in there, lay it down, vacuum seal it, and throw it in the freezer. You don't have to pre-freeze it. The only reason they have these plates in here is so no matter what product you're using, like if you had a thick steak, this would help hold it up. So up here, I can pop this chicken in the vacuum sealer. Just lay about a ½ inch or an inch of it over the top of that seal bar. Now, when I turn the switch on, this is going to start sucking air out of the chamber, not out of the bag. So even if this was moist or wet, or if it was fish fillets fresh from the lake, or a bag of chili, it won't suck the air out of the bag because it's sucking it out of the chamber. Then the bar will pop up, seal it, let the air out, and you watch it compress. And here's my gauge over here. So let's see what happens. There's 15, 20, 25, 30, it's up to 30 psi air sucked out of this chamber. I kind of lied to it and turned this knob so that it'll go up earlier. This is the timer, and this is how long the sealer bar goes. See, I made it think that it was time's up, because that's enough. Then I turn it back up, turn this off, and look how nice these babies vac seal, just like a commercial seal. Well, it is a commercial vac sealer, and you can get them now for like $400 or $500. They're pretty reasonable, and I just love it because you can pop that in the refrigerator, and it's better than a Ziploc bag. You don't have to use 25 to 30 cent food saver bags. These vac bags, I buy them. I know they're a little more expensive on the internet, but I buy them from my buddy down at Butcher Supply, and I get like 1,000 bags for like $29.95. That's 3 cents a piece. There's 15, 20, 25, And just as it rolls up on about 30 psi, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this down and I'm going to let it seal on its own. I'm not even going to touch it. This is where I got the timer set. How much air it pulls out. See, it did it on its own. And when that seals it and then it releases the pressure in this chamber, everything just sucks right down on it. I love these vac pack machines. And I do everything in it. I don't care if I've got bratwurst. I'll buy bratwurst in packages of 5 and I'll cook all 5 of them, eat one, and I'll throw like a 2-pack and a 2-pack in there and vacuum. It's 3 cents for the bag. If you're saving 25 cents a pound on something, what good does it do to vacuum seal it if you're spending 25 cents for every bag? But anyway, that's my last little pitch. I wanted to show it to you one more time, show you that there's tons of room in here, and I don't even have the domed lid. A lot of them have the domed lid, so you can use a bigger bag, pack it full of stuff, sit it in there, and they work fantastic. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, I wanted to shoot that little video and then tag it with this vacuum sealer, and these things, chuck them in the fridge and they're good. Like I say, I also take butter, blocks of butter. They were on sale the other day at Kroger's, 2 pounds for $5, $2.50 a pound. It's normally like $3.69 or $3.49. So I bought like 20 pounds of it, and I lay 4 sticks of butter in there, lay it in there and seal it, take it out of the box. I leave the little cellophane wrapper on there, the little wax paper, slide 4 of them in there, seal it down, and I chuck them in the freezer, and then for the next 6 months, it doesn't freeze or burn, it doesn't go rancid, and for the next 6 months I'm eating butter at $2.50 a pound. So this chicken was 99 cents a pound, and sometimes they even have it cheaper than that, and I buy up a bunch of it, break it out of the big packs, throw it in the vac pack, because these bags are only 3 cents a piece. Even if they were a nickel, isn't that a ton of savings? I hate to go on and on about my vac machine, but I just love it. It pays for itself. People say, well, I use them 25-cent bags, and you'd have to vacuum pack stuff for 4 years before you could pay for your machine. That's not true. I pay for this thing every year. We do venison, vegetables out of the garden, soups, everything. Every day I use this machine. You can tell it's getting kind of beat up here, but in fact, the little spring load thing is supposed to hold it open. Don't even work. I got to lift it up with my hand. But I vacuum everything. And these bags do not require them little slits in them to make the air suck out. And you don't have to freeze anything that has liquid. Fish fillets, chili, juicy stuff. You chuck it in there and whoosh, man, it sucks the air out of here, not out of the bag, seals it. Whoosh. You can actually vacuum seal a half a can of 7-Up. Does that make any sense? Anyway, this is Steve Hall bragging on my beat up little machine here one more time, and we'll see you next time here on Cooking with Shotgun Red with all these nice little vac pack goodies. I might do a series or a vac pack deal where I just vacuum seal stuff. So we'll see what happens. See you next time. Bye-bye. Well, there you go. I know I'm a little bit passionate about that vacuum packer because I just love the thing, and I don't want to get anybody upset. If you got a food saver and you like it, good for you. I just love those vac packers. In fact, I'm going to do a show that shows you all the stuff I vacuum pack and put it all on camera. So I hope that is helpful to a lot of people. But I just wanted to do that cooking thing in the kitchen. I was just in there. It's not even a recipe. It's just me cooking some chicken quarters. I did 20 minutes each side, and look how they turned out. Nice and delicious. So anyway, there's our subscribe button up here in the corner. I'm going to put it up in the corner this time because down there before I had it the wrong spot and people were clicking on it and running the video back, but I'm learning. It's up here in the corner, and hopefully you'll subscribe to our channel. And is that the best in the pajamas quarter chicken cooking thing you ever seen? Well, if it ain't, it ought to be. I hope that came out right, Sheila. Anyway, we'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Bye-bye.